Hello and welcome to my vlog number 82. I'm using a standard garden backdrop again today. I'm also using a lot more lighting now as I've mounted my daylight therapy lamp to the wall so it's easier to use and doubles as extra lighting. Let's see if it helps with the green screen. I have a question for you all to think about which I'll answer myself towards the end of this vlog. What do you think we'll see first? A viable nuclear fusion plant or a quantum computer? And will either happen in your lifetime? Now, YouTube and their new automatic additions, which I think is something to be aware of. You can now get YouTube to add what it thinks are chapters, mentions and other related material to your video descriptions. I say you can, but what I really mean is unless you disable this per video you upload, then it's going to add them. No thank you. Stop trying to think for me because my mind is so twisted that no AI will ever succeed in getting inside. Give me the option to turn them off permanently, please. Anyway, on to another circus, which is the current administration in the US. Due to watching some videos on the subject, I get a lot of recommendations telling me what I want to see and hear, but by now I'm skeptical of everything. And when I've been digging deeper, I find these are just opinions. What a surprise. It does go to show, though, how these platforms feed you what enforces your beliefs. We all just need to be aware of these and stop acting like sheep following the flock. What's going on there is like a dystopian novel, which I'm not going to talk about here other than to say it worries me, and that's putting it mildly. It's happened. I've taken the reins of the Mainmeister High Score kerfuffle. As many of you know, Lewis, also known as London Retro Video Games, has been running this competition for a number of years and was debating whether to keep it going, leading to suggestions made that I should keep it going myself, which I took on, and here we are. The first game has been chosen in a live stream, which is Green Beret, and I welcome new challenges for this fun retro arcade gaming series. Link to the site is in the description for anyone who wishes to take part. While messing about with connecting devices, I came to the conclusion that my 10-port USB hub had failed. Further testing confirmed this suspicion, so I ordered a new one, which is better in many ways, including more power, literal watts power, and a USB-C socket that can act as a power delivery port. This works perfectly and may well solve some of the USB problems I've been experiencing. I'm keeping the old one connected to power as a power supply station, but I've disconnected it from USB. No point in having something there that's not working. Right, following on from my dual joystick adapter, I decided to look for another QuickShot 2 turbo joystick on eBay and found one with issues. It didn't go left and one of the sucker feet was missing. A bit of contact cleaner fixed the left issue and a new sucker fixed the foot. I then used this in my Tron stream and the trigger button stopped working. The thumb button was fine, so I used that for the rest of the stream and took a look at the stick when I'd finished. The micro switch leaf has actually snapped, so that's beyond a simple repair. Now, I can fix it with a replacement part, but for the purpose I bought it, it still works fine, so no rush on that. But these are the things we have to accept when dealing with old technology. Now, the thing is, I got it to do this sort of thing, and if I use the working QuickShot 2 on my right hand, the left hand doesn't need the trigger button. So, yeah, that's what I mean by that. Oh, so DeepSeek has appeared and rocked the AI sector due to the low cost of training, etc. Then we see OpenAI complaining that DeepSeek is using their training data, which I find extremely ironic since they stole that data from everyone else on the internet without permission in most cases, so they can, in my opinion, suck it. You all know my feelings on generative AI and large language models, so I won't retread that path, but I won't be using any of it. And it turns out that DeepSeek is leaking user data like a sieve anyway. Given its origin, is that a surprise to anyone? Now, I've been having more old computer woes showing their heads again, and that's the loss of SATA drives from the system, or occasional minor corruption of partitions, meaning they can't be mounted without scanning and fixing the drive. I had a suspicion this may be down to the cables as they were connected via a PCI card, so I ordered some new cables. I fitted them when they arrived and they appear to have solved the issues. Completely. Let's hope it lasts. Now, while building the aforementioned dual stick adapter, I accidentally and very briefly rested my soldering iron on the mouse mat. Oh, there we are. It's a bit tatty anyway, So I went to the site I ordered, which was Riada Computers, and put another in my basket. Then I put another, and saw a 3 for 2 offer. So put in something else, and here they are. So here's the Amiga mouse mat. Nice and clean. I also got a Commodore 64 mouse mat. And look at that light showing in the middle. Let's see if I can get that light off there. Look at that, and that'll be my thumbnail. There we are, bomb jack plaque. That's going up on the wall as soon as I finish this vlog and put everything away. It is metal. It's a metal. So yeah, it's nice quality. So as I say, it'll be put up on the wall after the vlog's done and I put everything away. Now, when setting up my Friday Commodore 64 stream, I thought I'd try something new. As the small monitor I generally use for retro games doesn't handle 50 Hz, I have to use one of the main monitors for real hardware, so I use the spare monitor shelf that I have and place the monitor on top of my primary monitor, so I had 3 screens on my main computer. This worked well. After an initial issue setting up, I knocked the power supply to the cable modem and lost internet until it rebooted. Oops. I had a look on Amazon and saw they were on offer for 40 quid, so I bought another and tried to set this up as a more permanent configuration. The trouble is that with the third screen connected, OBS won't load. It just goes black screen and then a seg faults, it crashes. It'll stay up if I plug in while OBS is running, so it'll be used only when streaming, and the secondary monitor is in use with the classic computer. I'm getting a new computer with better graphics cards soon. Maybe it'll work better with that. In the meantime, if anyone has any clues of where to look for the cause and a possible solution, please let me know, but I won't be holding my breath. The PlayStation Network went down over the weekend, my adult offspring complaining that they can't play their games while I smugly use my retro equipment. This is just one of the things I dislike about modern gaming, the reliance of a connected service. I know it's not the same for every modern game, but it's heading in that direction, so I'll happily stick with my old stuff that works no matter what the internet's doing today. It has returned to full service now, but Sony are not telling what caused the outage. And Modern Retro Vintage Gamer has stated this is probably because they don't want to say what the weaknesses are. It may have been a distributed denial of service attack. We probably never know. Somebody will figure it out and come to their own conclusions, though. That's the trouble. When there's silence, people come to their own conclusions. Oh, I finally figured out how to connect my phone as a webcam, and it was far easier than the methods I found online. Now, for instance, Droidcam. You got to install an extension, which means I got to completely change the way I use OBS. There's other methods which go through even more complex stuff. But yeah. Anyway, I've installed an app called IP Webcam. And it's as simple as pointing a web browser at the address shown when the server is started. As I say, some of the methods I've seen are very complex and involve using intermediate services such as Pipewire. But this method is so simple there's only the app to install and nothing else. I've actually bought the Pro version. I had some funds in my Google Play balance from rewards, so it's only cost me £1.50, and I do like to pay for stuff I use. Now, the answer to the question at the start of the vlog. I personally think we'll have Fusion first, but I don't think I'll live long enough to see either of them. I would like to see it happen, especially Fusion, but the real technical hurdles and the laws of physics are going to make realization very difficult. That's my opinion on that little matter. On to the shout-outs to people who have commented on my videos in the last 3 weeks since my last vlog. These are Maud, Parametric Online, Mark Blaster, Lucas Rainford, Mystic Sword Gaming, thanks also for subscribing to the channel, R2 the Cat, and Colin Thompson. Now, I'll finish as always by acknowledging the wars happening on the planet. The one in the Middle East looks like it might finally be winding down, despite the threat to turn it into a Riviera by some disillusioned entities, with hostages being released. But the other in Ukraine is I'll say that again. But the other in Ukraine is still showing no signs of petering out. With Trump saying today that, in in the last couple of hours that he's in talks with Putin, and Putin completely denying that. Hope still lives, and that hope is for a peaceful resolution before too long. And that's it. I have one more of these before I officially turn old. Not that I actually feel old, but until that next one, see you in 3 weeks. Ta-ra now.